We're on the record. What? First order of business is the review of minutes from our April 25 meeting, which have been included in our packet. Are there any comments or any motions on this?
Just a couple of questions. Under budget update, this last sentence says the board is below target for board expenses as there have been, and there's a word missing.
Oh, less hearings
Okay,
or fewer hearings.
Fewer, I would prefer.
Fewer. Yep. Thank you, Roger. Good catch. Yeah.
Okay, any other comments?
well, I don't know if we need to change the date of July 10th on page 2, second to last.
No, because at the time we had the meeting, that was the anticipated date. So that it was changed subsequently wasn't known at the time we had the board.
So I have extra time, so I went through
Good. Yay.
through the minutes. Melinda, according to her email, resigned effective the 13th of June.
Yeah.
So this is dated July 10th.
It's not dated July 10th. The next.
Oh, the next board meeting.
Yeah.
Got it. Okay.
Yeah. So the next draft minutes I will be preparing. And the final minutes, once you authorize these minutes and make any other changes, I'll be signing it today or whenever that is.
Okay. Any others? And is there a motion?
Make a motion to accept the minutes.
Second?
I'll second.
Seconded by Michelle. Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Minutes are accepted with the amendment. Okay, I think it's time to welcome our new board member who already has endeared herself to at least me with maple scones.
Yeah.
It's very nice having you aboard, but I hope you don't get too overworked right off the bat here because you will finally have a neutral to schedule for hearings.
Mhm.
If you want to talk a little bit about yourself to the others so that they know a little bit about your past applications and what your likes and dislikes are and why are you here in Vermont?
I'm here in Vermont because I have grandchildren here and I actually love Vermont. Yeah. Now that I'm retired from physical therapy, I'm finding time to play pickleball and to ski and to just hang out, do lots of hiking. I'm active with the Waterbury Rotary. We do all the Thursday night concerts in the park and fundraise for those. And Vermont has proven to be a very good place to be. I ended up on the board because my daughter is an attorney. Recommended that I apply for this. She thought I didn't have enough to do in it. A lot of reading, and she knows I like to read, so she thought I should be putting it towards a more productive means than plowing through multiple novels in a week.
And I worked with Gwenna's daughter Pam on the Vermont Bar Association board. She went through the ranks of, the Young Lawyers Division and became president or chair. And so if Pam is any indicator, Gwenna will be a great addition to our board. And she's already proven that as she sat in already with David and Bob on a matter. And that was I think it was a good discussion. So,
That's great.
Yeah.
So you're liking it so far?
Oh yeah, it's been interesting.
It was very well prepared. And I'm going to have to thank your daughter for having you join us and getting your interest up in it. Because I believe we're going to be in a time where we might have quite a few cases because of changing environment out there. All right. Next item is how are we going on getting another neutral member?
Yep, so the applications deadline has passed for submittals, and there were 3 applications filed with the Department of Labor, the Vermont Labor Board panel that does the recruiting and the application process. Unfortunately, one of the participants on that panel will be out for 2 weeks, so they won't be able to begin interviews until the second half of August. So I think that means realistically, I think the earliest we'll see another neutral is October. And I think that's, that's a best case scenario, which we haven't always seen when it comes to recruiting new board members. But, once August hits, I'll, continue to maintain communication and find out what's happening. And I, the executive director of the VBA is also on that panel, so I can find out, whether they've sent any names
So
up
you've
to the
got
governor.
insider trading.
Well, it's not insider training, but it's, helpful to kind
Yeah.
of get a status of what's happening. But that will help, when we come time to the assignments, we need to be mindful of that because yes, it's great. We do have a neutral, but we don't want to overwhelm our new neutral with, and the other thing is Michelle's term is up, but Michelle has indicated her interest in continuing and has sent along her, or I've forwarded her request to continue with the governor's office. So I don't know if Michelle, if you've heard anything officially. I haven't either. If I do, I'll send it to you. You may not. And we'll just
Shocker.
kind of keep rolling along,
Yeah.
which is,
They have the option of interviewing her.
Mhm.
And she has to go through this original process too.
there is that possibility, but that wasn't, you were interviewed the
Just to-
second time.
Yeah, just to, if my experience means anything, I recently went through
Mhm.
asking to be reappointed. You never heard anything till long time after having sat through hearings into what would be the new term. First thing I heard from Judith was somebody wanted my contact information. Turned out that contact had to do with confirmation. But I guess I got reappointed. I got a piece of paper that said I was reappointed.
Wow.
And then more time passed and the contact business had to do with Tom Chittenden from the Senate committee about confirmation. So it's.
Okay.
Now, last time I was stood for reappointment, I did get in.
Okay. I did not.
Yeah, and it turned out that 3 of the people on the panel had worked with me in the Supreme Court as law clerks and
The only
old home week.
the only interesting thing about the whole business was the one question that Tom Chittenden asked me when he made the call about confirming was if I were reappointed, did I plan to do anything to embarrass the state of Vermont?
Oh, gosh.
I think they have to ask you that because they asked me that too.
Gosh.
They did?
No.
Did they
I
ask?
wasn't asked that in my original interview.
And they asked us if they looked into my background, was there anything I had done in the past that could potentially embarrass the governor?
Yeah.
Never was
Really?
asked that either.
I was asked that as well.
Oh,
And
very nice.
certainly the first time around, there was none of that.
No.
And
No.
the being confirmed came as a surprise because there was no interchange between me and the committee, just a notice that
Yeah.
Yeah.
When I was reappointed, I got a call at home to be interviewed on the phone. I never got to ask a question. I was never asked a question. I just listened.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Was that the confirmation process?
Yes.
Yeah.
Who was the
Well, the
senator?
reappointment, I think. Was,
Who was the senator? Oh,
he's not there anymore. Slotkin.
Oh,
Sorokin.
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 Yeah.
Okay.
The other, yeah, well, while I'm telling stories, the first time I was appointed, was a call at home on the landline, and my wife answered, and it's kind of a strange interchange. Finally, she said, "Well, he's right here. You can speak with him." And I took the phone and, Dave, this is Governor Scott. And for the first time in my life, I didn't say, "Who is this really?" I was pretty glad. Yeah,
You didn't.
it's an interesting process.
Because I would say, I know I originally found out through Judas first when I was appointed.
And I think the same thing with
Yeah.
Gwyneth.
So,
Yeah, I got an email from you.
Yeah.
That was the first I knew. It took a long time to get the confirmation letter. It just came recently.
So that would have been, 6 months, like 3 to 6 weeks after I initially contacted you.
Because
And-
we'd already done the deliberations
Yeah.
before I got the
Oh, yeah,
letter.
there you go. It's
We need to get going.
it's-
Wow.
yeah. I guess it doesn't invalidate the work you did prior to.
So Ann Cummings is the Washington County Senator on that. Probably get a call from her when you get into the legislative session for confirmation. I've known her for years and she calls me up and says, okay, this is pro forma. But I didn't know I had been reappointed till I read it in the paper.
Oh, there you go.
Oh,
So, and I've never gotten a call from Governor Scott.
Well,
Oh, you were-
I haven't.
you were
before- before or since.
Yeah.
That's for
Once they
sure.
found out you wouldn't embarrass him, he was.
Yeah,
Right.
there you go.
They didn't get that confirmation from you two.
Or, well, in Gwyneth's case, embarrassing the entire state.
Oh, gee,
It's funny.
I didn't know they asked that question. That's
Yep.
amazing.
It is.
Hey.
No, I did not know Jeffrey Epstein.
Okay, budget update.
So a couple of things with this, and I'm just going to kind of provide an overview. I provided you with a printout of kind of where we are now, which also includes a number which should be reduced by about $5,000, which would be our carry forward amount. Because we have not had as many hearings in the past 6 months, past 6 weeks, we haven't had a clerk. Our expenditures are down. Also, the item that we wanted our carry forward dollars for is the case management system, which has not been implemented. And that's my doing because I've been kind of dealing with some other things. And also I'm still on the fence about whether this system is the right system for us. But having said all that, we do have about $50,000 in carry forward or potential carry forward amounts. So part of today's conversation is to determine what we would like to do with that. My recommendation is put back in the request for the case management system, which would be approximately $30,000. I have a quote for service and installation and follow-up service of between $26,000 to $30,000. Other things that we will be having, are some kind of startup costs for the new clerk. The current clerk computer system and laptop is very old, so we would need, that. So that'd be, probably $2,000 to $3,000. But I don't think that we have enough to fill up. I'm looking to you to see if you have any recommendations for other items to put down for our carry forward amounts.
So one question is, how old are your computers?
Mine is probably 4 years old too. Yeah. So mine is 4 years. This is 4 years old. Everything.
And is it working okay for you or is it?
Yeah. I mean, I
mean,
could.
if,
Mhm.
to me, opportunity is, you update so that you don't have to update again in the future. When
Yep.
maybe budgets get more tight.
Are we going to have more expenses? As you said, that the arbitrators that used to come in at no cost from federal
Mediators, yeah.
mediators.
Mhm.
Will there be new costs with all of that?
That's not that wouldn't be a cost that we
So
would
that wouldn't
bear.
have to come out of our budget.
Correct, correct.
I also thought we were planning on increasing hours.
Yes,
So-
yes,
Or hiring another
yeah.
half person. So can we take some of that carry forward towards increasing time?
Possible.
Yeah,
They don't like to do ongoing expenses at a care.
Okay.
yeah. But I hear what you're saying.
But yeah, I mean, slip it in. I'm not trying to say no, but
Sort of-
Yeah,
sort of
and-
in that same vein,
Mhm.
Melinda had fairly recently reduced hours.
Yep.
I don't see it.
From 24 to 20 hours.
So
Mhm.
are we, as we look at hiring, are we looking at, the former hours for the position?
No,
the current ones or additional?
yeah, I'm looking at the 24 hours as the minimum. And frankly, two people that had applied really wanted full-time, and one person that would have been my first choice took another job because it was a full-time position. The governor, towards the end of the budget negotiation, we lost the funding or the proposed funding for the 1.5 positions. So I agree with you. I think that, and I've been candid with the candidates. I said, this is what it is. Ideally, I'd like to increase it because, one of the things is that, anyone coming into a new position might have different ways of doing things and might have different, efficiencies or whatever. And it may be that this person might need to take, 1 hour from one particular thing and then have more time available or interest in other things like that I do that kind of are administrative. So I would love to be able to increase it to, like, let's say 30 hours a week. And I think we can do that with the money we have. So that's something that I'd like to talk with, this is part of the clerk conversation, but we can continue this conversation there. But yes, I definitely would like to increase the number of hours for the clerk position. Because the candidates that we'll be interviewing on next week have indicated that interest. So
When you say with the money we have, does that mean the
That would-
carry forward or does that mean the budget? Prospective budget?
let's talk about, let's talk about that a little bit when we get into, that, but there's a potential for both.
Oh,
Again, because of the hearing schedule is a little bit different, and we, the savings kind of, will have like 3 months of no clerk having to pay for that. So that kind of
Yeah.
gave us some,
Yep.
little cushion there. So we might be able
to 30 hours into the
Right.
next budget.
exactly.
Yeah, I'm just concerned that, the carry forward number would be misperceived since part of it is attributable to a position that isn't filled. Does that make sense?
Oh, it might be unduly inflated.
Yes.
Got it. So that's something for me to put in the carry forward
Right.
memo, but thank you. That's a
Yeah.
really good point.
Yeah,
Thank you.
yeah,
Very good.
it's really a one-time,
That's right.
Very
That's
good.
why,
It's a
that's why
windfall or-
a case management
Yeah.
system is
Okay.
a great use for that. because
absolutely.
You can argue, since we have it now, we won't have to go to the legislature for a request for it. And it's a thing that's needed as we restaff
Yeah,
for the future.
Okay, thank you. That's
Put
a
that in mind.
really good point. Okay, so updating our computers, and I'll kind
How
of,
about the microphone? I know we've had issues with that. We mentioned something.
no, that's a potential as well, so I can put that in there. I don't have any capacity to kind of fix that now, but
Mhm.
we do have some quotes that we can kind of use as estimates. So
So
is that as simple as another spider or?
it's as simple as 3 other spiders, because we can't get a new spider because these are now updated.
And we talked about one per desk, if I remember,
Yeah,
right?
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay, yes.
Yes. So, I mean, at a minimum, we need 3, you know, ideally we'd have 4. Yeah.
Yes. Mhm.
So we'd have one for the board
board.
panel, one for each of the parties, one for the witness
Yeah.
table. So
So,
4, yeah.
so would you have DII do that for you or whatever they call themselves now?
When you say do that for you,
Look at the microphones and say what they recommend. So that
no,
you have
they don't
their-
do that.
They don't?
No.
Because they
No.
install those things.
No, we would need to come up with the quotes and everything for these
Really?
spiders, yeah.
So why are we spending money toward them to support operations of government anyway?
Have we ever looked at the owl?
You know what? I don't know about your experience with the owl.
I know. I'm just curious.
It kind of shifts from
Yes.
person to person, and that's a hard thing to do in a hearing situation because you would want everybody in the view, not
View,
just
okay.
the speaker.
Okay.
So, yeah,
Because right now our camera does look at all of us.
Yeah.
Okay.
so we're kind of in the corner right now, and it's looking at everybody.
Yeah.
You know, obviously we can adjust the focus, but we'd like to keep it.
Okay. I couldn't remember.
Yeah,
Yeah, but I do like the
I
owl.
yeah, no, I agree. I've seen it used, and I think it can be effective, but I think because of the unique setting with the
Yeah.
hearing.
I know we mentioned was the back of the witness though, was when we put the witness
Yeah.
at the back of that.
Yeah.
We've
We've since moved, yeah.
We changed the
We've
seating
since
arrangement.
moved the
Okay,
witness
whatever.
to right
Okay,
next
I
to the
haven't
board
been,
panel.
okay, I
Yeah,
haven't been in a board
because
panel yet.
it-
with
Oh,
the parties, I
it makes,
guess.
it makes it easier for the board members
Mhm.
to hear the witness. What we found though is that the opposing counsel sometimes,
Because
you
they're
know,
farther.
yeah, that's the challenge, but
Okay.
thank you for bringing that up. I will definitely add the added, whatever these things are called. We'll call them a spider and then I'll know what I mean.
sure, that's an outdated.
What does it say?
Owl, spider, you know,
Yeah.
But-
Microphone or
Yeah,
something.
yep, I knew.
Like,
Oh, the other thing I wanted to mention regarding budgeting is in the past 6 weeks now, because with any type of, you know, accounts payable, one person can't do everything. So
Mhm.
finance and administration has been, you know, we contracted with them to assist us during this process. As part of that, they actually were the ones that generated this
Mm.
form. And they said, we can do this for you going forward, and we can also help you with budget development, all for the small cost of $5,000 a year. And I said, yes, but I need to
What?
get approval.
You want to
So-
let that go?
So just, you know, I'm a lawyer, and although my dad was an accountant, accounting isn't my jam. It doesn't come naturally. And every year I've had to just re-educate myself on how this process works. And it's kind of arcane unless you do it every day. And these folks do it every day. And so I think it's money well spent, and I would recommend we do that.
And they would handle all expenses, reimbursements, any.
No.
They wouldn't do that. They would do our reconciliation every month,
Okay,
which is
that's huge.
huge.
Mhm.
So they do the reconciliation every month, and they would, in the fall, work with me on budget development
Okay.
versus me and Melinda kind of figuring it out. And frankly, you know, between the two of us, it was likely a month of time, you know, from September through early
And
January.
would they generate this report?
This report every month.
Every month?
Oh, everyone. Oh,
yes.
perfect.
So my recommendation to you, board, is do you authorize that?
And can we use the carry forward?
Well, it would be,
That's-
it becomes a regular budgetary item,
Okay,
but it may be that we, you know, we may have the flexibility within the current budget to do it.
Yeah.
And if not, we can always say, gee, a possible use for carry forward is to help us. with
Yeah.
this.
And I
Start with that,
definitely
yeah.
would, and especially, you know, we probably may not get a new clerk up and running until mid-August to September. So,
Right there, yeah.
so we've
You got
got,
a lot of your time then,
yeah,
without
Yeah,
a clerk
that-
to help with
Well,
that.
Yeah.
it seems to
That's
be a wise move because there's payback on the clerk side.
oh, absolutely,
The new person coming. in,
absolutely.
Not having to,
And also help train because they'll look at things that are going through and advise our person as to what they can do better.
Yeah.
getting it done.
And just FYI, the state of Vermont is going through a new purchasing system. You might have, there was an article in
I read
BT
that.
Digger
Yeah.
yesterday, or the
Yeah.
day before. They've been working on it for like a year and a half. It's still not up and running. It was supposed to be up and running July 1. When the new person comes, they will receive training from finance and administration on the new system because they will still need to do the accounts payable and then we'll authorize it. But ideally, this Vermont buy system is supposed to be more efficient. So again, if we, take away the budget reconciliation and the, minimize or reduce the amount of time for accounts payable, that again frees up the clerk for other mission-driven tasks. So I'm
Right?
looking forward. I'm happy that you agree with me.
Is there, well, let's.
Or you need to do it.
Let's
Okay.
officially do
Okay.
it.
need
Okay.
a motion to that effect.
Did you say I so
I so move. And the chair would like to help me phrase the proper.
And is there a
motion.
second to ISO?
Second,
Seconded by Gwen. All right. So the board authorizes the executive director to continue the contract with the Department of Administration on support for financial services.
It's actually a little bit different. It's not the support, it's budget development, support. So.
Okay, add that in.
Okay, excellent.
All right. And all those in favor?
Aye.
All right. Passes.
Are we done with the budget?
And so that took care of number 5 also?
Yes.
All right. So let's start with
We can go out of order if you want.
yeah, I would like to go to status of cases and then board hearing assignments and deal with the other
Yep.
things.
Mhm.
At the end, okay?
Sure. And in the event we do talk about cases during this conversation, I would recommend you go into
Okay.
executive session.
And that would be if we got into the substance of the cases.
Yep,
not just
yep.
The administration of the
Yep.
cases, okay. All right, included in your packet, emailed to you was a status of cases. And I don't know if that brought any things up for the board to talk about.
And in your physical packets, different from your, what I emailed, there was an additional case that was filed. So that adds the number of cases.
Oh,
So the physical packet has the additional case on it.
okay, so overdue,
Yeah, it's a grievance.
all right,
Yeah, there's an additional grievance
okay.
added.
So if you want to talk about first the case statistics and then we'll get into the
Yeah.
actual status.
Yeah, hold on. For some reason I didn't print it off for myself. What up? Okay, so there have been 30 cases filed so far in 2025. Right now, there's a total of 27 cases pending. And we still have 2 cases of our cases pending before the Vermont Supreme Court. That is a grievance of Wamsley and Draper, which was recently filed since our last board meeting.
And we don't have anything with UVM.
That's yeah, I'm in the process of drafting that. That's not on appeal.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Yeah. We've been receiving more ULPs over grievances. You'll notice that. And one of the unit clarifications that you see started as a petition for exclusive bargaining representation. A union wanted to add particular positions to the unit, but because the existing certification order that established the unit explicitly excluded some of the positions they wanted, it's not appropriate for that type of proceeding. It had to go to a unit clarification. We do have one of the unit clarifications is coming up in November. Actually, both of them have been scheduled. What else to say? In terms of
Now, let me ask this, okay, it is here. I was just wondering how many are still in draft. But that
there are
is-
5, 1, 2, 3, 4.
I got
There
it.
are 5 matters that I'm in the middle of drafting. The UVM one is number 1. That should be coming. I was hoping to get that out before today's meeting. And then the classifications, and then the Richmond matter. That's my order of doing things. And also, since I drafted this, all 3 members of the ULP, the last entry on the ULP, it says ED drafted decision pending approval. All 3 members have approved it. I will be issuing that matter. I'm not going to say the name. So that will be coming off of this list,
Okay.
by today or probably by tomorrow. So that will reduce our pending cases to 20. I'm not going to say how many it'll reduce it by, but it will reduce our pending cases. We're seeing, in terms of elections, we're seeing most of the cases, petitions filed are taking advantage of the card check election process, which is, folks file 50% or more of the potential members of the unit, and that avoids the need for an election. We've also seen folks use that process to add additional positions to the unit, but that requires, when that happens, I need to review the existing certification order to make sure that the positions they seek to add were not explicitly excluded by the board or agreed to by the parties that those positions should be excluded. We've
Yeah.
had one actual election since most recently, just one.
So I have a question, from an original certification. A employer adds new positions. Which, can they be added to the certification?
It's not automatic.
It's
No,
not automatic.
No.
Okay.
no. So if,
So-
for example, there are a lot of certifications started in like the 70s or 80s, and behavioral specialists weren't there. Like a lot of the, positions for developmentally delayed students. A lot of unions have, and supervisory unions consider those as support positions. So different unions have sought to add those types of positions. But it's not just because you add the position doesn't mean they're automatically in the union, unless you add.
But can they do you were just talking about card check. Can they do that process, or do they have to go?
That's what they've been using. And I've gone back and forth. Like, I don't see anything in the statute that prohibits the use of card check for that. So So there've been a handful of those, and most of them have been unions going through a supervisory union. Educational unions have used that. I haven't seen that with UVM or it's been or municipalities. I've only seen it with educational unions.
And this is a little bit outside of this, the new education law. Have you looked through that at all and to see if there are going to be issues that possibly could arise with unions and management over that one?
Probably.
I'm pretty sure
Yeah,
it's gonna,
probably.
it's fertile ground.
I have, no surprise, I have that down as my question. That's not on the agenda. Previously, when the law changed and employees of individual school districts became employees of supervisory unions.
Yep.
Everybody got melded in pretty easily.
Yep.
Under both laws, really.
Yep.
Under the teacher law and under the muni law for support staff. Has any of that, can we anticipate an analogous process? Has any of that been taken into consideration?
I don't know whether it has, but just looking at, again, with a lot of these adding new positions, a lot of the certification orders, there have been like multiple. And then there was like one supervisory union.
Yeah.
So I think it might take some backtracking to figure out who went in what.
Yeah.
But I think once, we have even less, whatever they're called.
Employers will change.
Yeah, employers will change, yeah.
There will be new employers.
Right, because doesn't it say you go from 55 to 20?
Yeah. And previously, there was I don't know if it was in the law or the regulation. What I recall is that there was a sort of almost automatic recognition of employee groups that hadn't previously been recognized. There was a sort of one drop of blood theory that if one unit in an individual school district hadn't been recognized, then all of those would be recognized by the new employer, which became the supervisory union.
Now, are there multiple unions across the the spectrum
Yes.
of education? So if all of a sudden one of the new 20 units has employees represented by 3 or 4 different unions, will that, that's what I'm wondering.
Again, my experience gets older and older now, but as far as I know, Vermont NEA is still the only game in town for educational employees and teachers. There's, I think, the one exception that comes to mind is way back when, in either Barry or Barrytown, bus drivers were represented by AFSCME.
Yeah.
But I don't recall that having been an issue. For example, when Spalding, Barrytown, and Barry City went away. So I don't think so. Yeah, it's really more on the idea of new employers coming into being, and we don't know what those are going to be.
Yeah, I had just a brief conversation with a union rep coming in, filing a petition just about, how things are going and what they're doing. And they're, kind of scratching their heads, trying to kind of figure it out. So, waiting for the dust to settle a little bit. So yeah, there will, some of those issues may come up, but I don't know how they're going to be presented. So, stay tuned.
They don't either.
Yeah, so.
I just presume that anytime there's something new that, when I worked for the courts and all of a sudden they changed the DUI laws, we had all kinds of litigation come in to try to
Yeah,
figure out how it's gonna sugar out, and then it goes away.
yeah.
And I just don't know if that's gonna happen with us, with these kinds of
With the SU thing,
reorganizations.
and I experienced a lot of it. It was surprisingly smooth. Even to the point of supervisory unions agreeing to recognize seniority sorts of things retroactively and to meld in. You were, if you had been an employee of Richmond, for example, and now became an employee of the Mount Mansfield Supervisory Union, it was agreed that you could bring your Richmond seniority and meld it in with all the others.
Yeah.
But that was sort of good faith among the parties. I don't know that it was, was in the legislation. But God knows what will happen when we start dealing with, again, this really small number, and now in bringing in supervisory unions rather than individual school districts, because the supervisory unions, there was already, an affinity between Richmond and Jericho and that sort of thing. I don't know that that's necessarily the case between, Milton and Essex. Could be some work for us.
Yeah.
All right, going back to the case status report now. So you noted a number of times in the case status report that we need panels.
Yep.
Now, a couple of them are ULP determinations. And those could be handled by one panel doing both of them, I suspect. But the others, are they panels that you would normally schedule in our assignment list?
No,
or-
these are the first with ULPs, the first order is determined whether or not to issue a complaint.
Right.
And the second is schedule, if you do issue a complaint, schedule a hearing. The second part we usually do as a matter of course with the panel scheduling.
Right.
But the ULPs, like we may need to schedule a deliberation with folks sooner. So that's why
So I noted 2423, which is Town of Brattleboro and United Steelworkers.
I'm sorry. So get rid of a panel needs to be selected. That was, should have,
That
we're all
should-
set. We're all
okay.
set there.
All right.
There's one more.
There's one toward 2516 and 2523. Those both appear to be whether or not we want to issue a complaint.
Yep.
Okay, those were the two that I was thinking.
Yep.
That we could do one panel
Mhm.
to do that. Okay, and it would be much more like the deliberation we had going
Okay.
on that.
Because you're not getting into the facts as much. It's just kind of,
And that would be scheduled outside of our normal Thursdays. That's not necessarily.
it could be, yeah.
So, I'm thinking, since Michelle hasn't had a lot of work.
Yep.
And obviously Gwen,
Mhm.
and then Roger, why not?
Okay. And who's,
I didn't hear the last of that, Bob.
Roger.
would sit on a panel to determine whether to issue a complaint in two of the matters, 2523 and 2516. So before that actually happens, I would send to you kind of a blurb, the petition and maybe a little blurb on what the issue is. And
So you don't need a chair for that.
Yes, Michelle. I mean, oh, you're
Yep.
right.
you need a chair. Yep.
Even though there's no.
Okay, Roger, you're off.
There is no hearing, but usually, you do have a chair.
You need a chair just
Yeah.
to be the point.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay.
Although for that kind of thing, I don't know why Roger couldn't be a chair or
It's,
Michelle.
you
couldn't
can
be.
delegate whomever you want to be a chair.
Yeah,
That's your
well,
prerogative.
No opposition.
Either of you want to step up?
I don't particularly right now because.
Okay. How about you, Michelle?
Sure.
And,
All
and,
right.
There you go.
and Rod, and so what's your time commitment? Because you're having surgery soon. So when,
Yeah, that's August 7th.
August 7th. Okay, so do you want to maybe schedule something before August 7th? Are you up to that? The three of you?
I'm available. Yes. Could we do it the 31st? I know we still have to discuss that.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
In the morning, could we potentially do the afternoon?
That would work for me.
Just because I will be here.
I just double check. So maybe we can do the afternoon of the 31st.
I know that's next week, because the week after, then we have the 2-day hearing.
Yeah,
So I don't want to bombard too much of your schedule.
no, I think that would work for me. Does that work for you, Gwenna?
Yes.
Okay. Does that work for you, Roger?
Next Thursday, the 31st.
Is that the day of the interviews?
Yes, but that's in the morning.
Roger, again, if you're uncomfortable driving, I'm gonna be here in the morning anyway.
Mhm.
I'm willing to do that.
Yeah, and I don't
And then
anticipate it
let
lasting
you
more
stay
than an
out.
hour.
Let me
Yeah.
stay out
Yeah.
of the driver's seat because I have to be here in the morning.
Well, that would be great.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so maybe,
Okay, so I'll amend
Okay,
this
so-
again, but I'm gonna keep Michelle as chair.
You want to start?
Oh.
Fine. Yeah.
so maybe we can start like
Pressure's
12:30, because we have interviews, the second interview starts at 11. Let's say it ends at like 12-ish, and then maybe chat.
Sitting in the morning, just,
Yeah, Michelle, Bob, and
Okay.
David. Yeah.
so for Gwenna, so 12:31.
Come
Yeah,
at
let's-
12:30.
Yeah, let's say about 12:30.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right,
Okay. So,
glad we got that all.
I already have it blocked off, hence why I'm just like, that works.
yeah, that's perfect.
Okay, then I presume every other one is gonna be,
Yeah.
in the regular schedule of board assignments.
Yep, let me just. Okay, perfect. Okay, great. Thank you.
Let's see if I had any other questions.
I have one. A simple one. Thank you. I've forgotten. This is about Walmsley.
Yep.
2238.
Mhm.
What is the issue at appeal? Is it the issue of our math and back pay, or is it?
No, it's I mean, they've included back pay, but it's
Included, but
it's the
it is
board initial decision. Yeah,
regarding dismissal,
exactly.
and then
Yeah.
if A, then
Yeah.
B,
Yeah.
the back
Yeah.
pay.
So, and, I haven't seen the briefing on that, nor do I usually do that, but they appeal the original decision.
Okay.
They appeal the original decision and the back pay just kind of belt and suspenders, but it was the original decision that,
All right, so also I noted in here a couple of cases where we need to adjust the panel.
yes.
2507 I have and 2514.
Hold on. Yeah, so we have,
So we had neutral 1 and neutral 2 as the third
Yeah.
members, and And I presume we need to substitute one.
Yeah, could we do that when we do the assignments? Okay, yeah, and there's also another thing that we have to adjust. We have a 2-day hearing in the fall and we have 2 different panels. So we have
Oh,
to
yes, that's right.
reconcile that.
Yeah.
So
Okay,
I added, in your in your case update, I added, Gwenna to 2507 already,
Oh,
which is
okay.
the one coming up August 7th and 8th. Gwenna, that's one of the ones I talked to you about during your
Yep.
orientation.
I've got it
So-
on my schedule.
And then there's another one, and if we could talk about that when we do the, hearing assignments.
yeah, that's October 23rd, right? That's the one, 2514.
No, it's it's 2436 that we have 2 different,
You're right. I was
Okay,
trying
sorry.
to deal with just, the fact that we had just indicated a neutral.
September 18th. We have a matter scheduled and we have a neutral
I gotta
2
find-
question mark. So,
I gotta find that board assignment page.
yeah, I don't know. We're here, so I don't know if that's something that you could do.
Which day?
September 18th.
Yes, I can do that.
Okay, so we'll put Gwenna down. And since we're here, let's take our August 14th off the schedule because we won't be having anything. That was Bob,
Yeah,
neutral 1, and Roger. So Roger, we're taking your potential August 14th off.
that's probably a good thing, all right.
Yeah.
Yes.
So- Okay. Let's
Get to here. I gotta,
Okay. All right. So should we go, should we go into, well, you,
so
Mhm.
we've already set aside October 2nd. Let's see, September 18, you said we have that taken care of.
Yep.
Next one is October 2nd. We have a board meeting.
and we need a panel for the afternoon.
I gotta-
On that, I see there's a continuation on the October 30th.
Yep.
And, you haven't need a panel for the October 2nd.
So it should be the same panel.
Is that,
Yeah. So I'm just, does that work for Bob? Neutral 2 and Roger. I think Gwenna, you're neutral 2. October 2nd, we have a board meeting
Right.
scheduled. And so we were going to use the afternoon if needed for hearing. And this matter may settle the parties.
But otherwise it would be continued on the 30th.
No, it may start, if a hearing is needed, it may start on the 2nd. And then if it doesn't finish on the 2nd, it would continue to the 30th.
So it's the 30th. You need to know if I can do
And also the afternoon of the 2nd,
the afternoon. of
Okay.
the 2nd.
right?
All right, so
And I can do the 30th.
I can do that. Uh-huh. Roger, do you think you'll be ready by then to? Couple months afterwards?
yes, but what day are you on?
So this is October 2nd
Yes,
In the afternoon.
and then October 30, which you're already on.
yes.
Okay, so that's the. All right. So hopefully we'll get a new panel member by then.
Mhm.
So we'll call neutral one now the new panel member.
Okay.
So that we, does that make sense?
Yeah,
Okay, so,
there's a, if we don't get, I mean, as I said, I think October is best case scenario.
yeah,
If we don't get a new panel member by, the end of September, we're gonna have to,
we'll revisit and you'll have a nice phone call with Gwen.
Well, I tentatively have it penciled in on the 23rd.
okay, all right,
I can keep it available.
okay,
Oh, the 23rd, okay. Well, why don't we just make that official?
okay.
And that way Gwen can build up her expense again.
So at least all of October will be covered.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah,
All right, that makes sense.
yeah. So then moving on to reconciling the 2-day hearing in 2436, we have two different panels. So
2436.
it's at the
November 20th and
20th and
December 4th.
December 4th.
Oh, okay.
So we have Bob neutral 1 and Roger, and then David neutral 2 and Michelle. I think it should be neutral 1.
Yeah,
That's easy. But is it David Michelle or Bob neutral Roger? I think.
well, I don't know, Roger, you have any,
I mean,
do you have any revenge you need to do on the city of Vermont? No, I'm kidding.
No, but why is there two different panels?
that's,
Well,
we
because-
scheduled the panel, the potential hearing dates first. And then I was looking for a time to squeeze in this 2-day hearing, and the parties were available those 2 days. So now we have to reconcile
So-
the panels.
So are you
So
gonna
we'll
have
go
two
with the-
panels?
No,
Oh,
we'll have
okay.
one panel.
Good.
Yeah.
So we'll go with the November 20 panel
Okay,
since that was the one, and then we'll nail David on, and then redo December 11 to be the David and Michelle. That makes sense?
Mhm.
Okay,
So that I don't have to put either of those on my calendar.
well, I think,
Right.
Yeah.
if we're hoping we'll have the new
Yes.
member, but I think you should probably be on the 11th. We just did the neutral one.
I would say don't put it because we don't have a matter scheduled. You know what
Okay,
I'm
so I
saying?
don't have to worry
Yeah.
about it yet.
Um,
All right,
So December 11th, are we nixing it completely?
no,
Okay.
no. We'll kind of know, I think by, September where we are. Well, we might know.
I would say, are you planning on scheduling a hearing for that day?
There's one matter, well,
And that day being December 11th?
Yes.
Okay.
there's one matter
you're
that
definitely off.
might, I'm just pulling it up. So I don't have a current plan now, but, I don't know if
It
the
doesn't- it
grievance that
doesn't
was
hurt
just
to have
filed.
It doesn't hurt to have it available. And do you need us to schedule further?
Yes,
You have a board meeting on the 2nd
of
October.
of October.
I just, there's one matter of, that's looking for a date in April of 27.
Right, but I'm looking at it from the standpoint of, you could put cases tentatively on dates. Right? And then we'll put the panels together on it if you want. I mean, I can go either way. I'm just
No,
trying to,
yep.
I'm just trying to look at this and
Mhm.
say what, or we could do just January and have January.
Yeah, maybe just do January. That'd be helpful. Thank you.
Okay, the dates in January, we said the 12th for the board meeting. We must have done that
Last time.
intentionally to move it off to Thursday.
You did it because of parking.
Oh, yeah.
That's right, parking.
Yep. That was your suggestion.
Good point. Thank you. I was brilliant back then. Okay. But we're gonna go with Thursdays. So the 22nd and 29th
Of January.
of January.
Sure.
I'm trying to keep away from Martin Luther King
Right.
Day, so
And okay,
Yeah, that's-
the 19th.
Okay, yeah, so. Okay,
so I would do the 22nd if Dave can do the 29th.
Sure.
so I need a 2-day hearing, in one matter, 25, 17. They requested a 2-day hearing. They've given a bunch of unavailability dates that kind of takes us through.
25-17.
Yeah. If grievance of CCV, United Faculty, a union leader who is not a faculty member who is not reappointed.
Okay, so
So they've indicated that the dates that they have available, we don't have time available in the fall. So if we can do this in January,
all
that
right,
would be great. So maybe
maybe,
pick a 2-day hearing in January.
do you want like a Thursday, Friday combo?
Sure, if that works for people. So maybe the 22nd, 23rd, or
I would look at it more, I would like Dave to chair that one.
Hmm.
So 30 and 29, 30,
okay.
Michelle on that one.
Okay, great.
And I'm just gonna write in neutral right now and we'll make the decision of when, and a new board member.
And I'll be 25-17, correct?
Correct. Yeah, that's helpful. Getting that scheduled.
Roger, you available on the 22nd of January?
Yes.
So that would be Roger, Bob, and
Whatever.
Gwenna, do you have a preference in 122 or 129:30?
No. Either.
Just. Okay, so maybe we'll revisit, if that, you're okay with that, Gwenna, we can revisit that in October. And we'll hopefully have another board member.
Right, I feel more comfortable scheduling these,
Oh,
board
absolutely.
assignments when we have
Oh,
a full
absolutely.
panel.
Um,
That's my own.
Yeah, no, I
reservation.
agree with you.
Okay, and then the balance we'll deal with in October. All right. Well, my observation is that even with the issues we've had with panel memberships, we haven't really fallen very far behind. We get those 2 judiciary cases out of the way, and we're gonna be pretty current.
Yep.
Okay. Any other questions on the case status?
But I,
All right. Okay, we have personnel matters to go and, that we may need to go. I know we have a salary issue, and that one is definitely going to be executive session.
I wanted to provide kind of an overview of the potential candidates, so I think that we might need executive session.
Okay, that's what I was wondering about the rest of it. All right. So in order to discuss personnel matters,
I move we go to executive session.
okay, we have a motion to go into executive session and seconded by Michelle. All those in favor?
Hi.
I,
Okay,
Okay, hold on, I need to
Yeah.
get, they were out.
okay, we're out of executive session. Are there any more items we need to discuss?
Motion to adjourn.
I hear a motion to adjourn.
second motion.
Motion second, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.